Hey folks, Farm Boy RN here. We just harvested all of our potatoes. We cured them, dried them. It's time to store them so they don't go bad. I'm going to show you the easiest, oldest, most simple way to do it, which is in the ground in a bucket. Let's go do it right now. I have my drying rack right here where I'm letting the potatoes cure. These are gold Yukons, and then these are Huckleberry Golds. They're a new variety. Yukon Gold are my favorite. So let's start packaging these up and get them ready for storage. Metal mesh around any holes or air vents that you have in the bucket. Since I'm going to be burying this outside, I'm concerned of rodents eating this. So I'm going to trim a chunk of this to size. So as you can see, I just kind of stuffed it right down there in the bottom of the bucket. Nothing fancy. And then I'm going to do a layer of straw so there's airflow around my potatoes through the winter. So these potatoes have been drying for about a week or 2 weeks. They've been in a very dark location and it's pretty dry and warm, and they've scabbed over. Even ones that have had like a little bit of a wound or a damage have scabbed over. I won't store this one in long-term storage, but I just wanted to show you what that looks like and just how much it's healed up. So I'm going to pick through the good ones and the bad ones. The bad ones I'm going to put over here in my reject pile. Those are going to be the ones I eat first. I'm not going to overwinter these ones. So now I'm just going to carefully pick through, and I'm not even going to wipe the dust off of these guys. I'm going to let the dry dirt stay on there. Looks like a good potato, so I'll store that in there. Okay, it's time to put our potatoes in the ground and store them for winter. So we've got some new potatoes here. We have the potatoes we packaged in the rodent safe container that we're gonna stick in the ground right here. I put it here last year, so I'm just gonna scoop out the whole more and put this batch of potatoes there. It'll be my second year, second winter. So I'll have third gen potatoes next year. First off, you need your potatoes. You need a shovel to dig your hole. You need some rocks or something to elevate the bucket on the bottom to have some air to circulate inside the hole, as well as a pipe. This is a PVC pipe. You can use any hollow pipe. You can just have a hole in the ground, I guess, but I liked the pipe so my hole would not get dirt when it clog up my hole. I also have a little fitting this year that I'm going to do to keep some more rain and maybe some bugs from going down in that hole. But like I said last year, I did not use that, so should be fine without it. And then I also used boards last year to cover the hole and put dirt on top of the boards. This year I'm going to use this trash can lid turned the wrong side up so it holds a lot of dirt, and that way it'll sit right over my bucket and I'll just be able to pick this up to get what I need in the middle of the winter when there's a lot of snow, and then just put it back down right over top. I also decided to drill a hole to fit my pipe through the lid so that it's a little bit more upright and not kind of janky and coming out the side like I did last year. I want to have it kind of nice and professional this year. I got it off-centered, not in the middle. I'm going to do it off to the side. All right, that way we can have it just like this to get some air down in the hole around our bucket. So we just did our potatoes in the ground. They're good for all winter. Let's recap on the important things so you can do your own version at home, which I want you guys to be successful when you store your potatoes. You worked hard to grow them. You learned how to harvest them, and now you got to learn how to store them. I want you to make sure you have them all year long. The 3 points to remember are cold, wet, and dark. Make sure you have those 3 things. If you don't, your potatoes, they might get green, they might shrivel up and dry, they might start to sprout before you want them to sprout. So cold, dark, moist. They don't like freezing, but as close to freezing as possible is very good. And if you notice with my bucket, I have that pipe to cool it down to get it as close to 32 as possible. The ground's always 54, so that pipe will just let some of that cold freezing air in. It'll circulate in the hole and cool it down colder than the earth naturally is. That buys me a lot more time of storage, and then in the spring as it warms up, there's going to be some warm air going down in there, but the ground's going to be 54. My potatoes will be nice and happy down there until it's time to plant or eat them. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for the video I have on harvesting potatoes in the winter and how to eat them.